For the longest time, the path to building wealth was this slow, steady climb. You know the drill. Decades of work, grinding for promotions, saving. But that whole playbook, it's being completely torn up and rewritten, like right now. We are at the very beginning of what could be the fastest wealth creation event in human history, and it's all being powered by AI. So let's take a look at the new blueprint.
Does this feel a little familiar? Maybe you feel like you missed the boat on the internet boom, or you watched that whole crypto wave just kind of pass you by. You're working your tail off, but it still feels like you're just trying to catch up to everyone else. Well, here's the thing. That feeling, it's based on yesterday's reality. And this right here is the key. AI has just hit the reset button on the entire game. Your background, your past wins or losses, honestly, none of it matters nearly as much as what you decide to do starting today. This is a real, genuine new beginning. It's a chance for literally everyone to get in on the ground floor. Just stop and think about what this really means for a second. Decades of work building up a traditional resume are now being compressed into just a few minutes of refining a really good prompt. Your value is shifting away from what you've done in the past and moving toward your ability to give clear, creative, and smart directions to the machine.
Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty tactics, we have to talk about the biggest hurdle, and it's almost always the one in our own heads. New technology always brings this mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a little bit of fear. But the secret to winning here is to move past that fear and see AI for what it truly is. It's not your competitor, it's your amplifier. Let's be absolutely crystal clear about this. That fear of being replaced, it's totally understandable, but it's aimed at the wrong target. AI, by itself, isn't going to take your job. But a person using AI to become 10 times more productive, 10 times more creative, yeah, they absolutely might. So the real risk isn't the technology, it's choosing to ignore it. So how do we adapt? Well, it starts by adopting what we can call the modern earner mindset. And it's a huge shift. Your value is no longer about the execution, the repetitive manual grunt work. Instead, it's all about direction. Your real value now comes from your strategy, your unique insights, and the quality of the instructions you give to an AI. You're basically moving from being the one doing all the labor to the one directing it.
And this whole mindset really stands on 3 pillars. First, you've got to be a learner. That means aiming for action over perfection. Just launch things, see what works, and learn fast. Second, be a curator. AI can spit out 1,000 ideas, but you're the one who picks the one that truly connects with people. You provide the quality, the empathy, the soul. And third, you have to be an investor with your time. Your time is your most valuable currency. Invest it in learning how to direct AI, not in doing the tasks it can easily handle for you. All right, so that's the mindset piece. Now let's get practical. How do we turn this into actual income-generating strategies that you can start today with literally zero capital? Seriously. Think of AI as your free co-pilot, ready to do all the heavy lifting without ever asking for a paycheck. And this is the real game changer. The old barrier to entry, needing money to make money, it's been completely demolished. All you need now is a willingness to learn and to apply these tools. AI basically gives you the power and capabilities of an entire creative agency for free.
Here's a perfect example of this in action. Businesses spend a ton of time creating long content, like podcasts, but then they struggle to chop it all up for social media. Well, you can take their transcript, feed it to an AI, and in minutes, generate a dozen unique, engaging posts. You're saving them maybe 10 hours of work, and it took you less than 1. That is an incredibly high-value service. And that's just scratching the surface. The opportunities are popping up everywhere. You could be an AI-assisted writer, delivering first drafts in a fraction of the time. Or hey, create entire social media channels that are monetized with AI-generated content. You could publish ebooks, sell digital templates for anything you can imagine, or even offer simple AI-powered SEO services to local businesses in your town. The list just goes on and on.
So, these freelance gigs, they're a fantastic way to start earning cash quickly. But to build real, lasting wealth, you've got to start thinking in systems. And this is where we move beyond that old idea of passive income and into something way more powerful: autonomous income. Think of it like this. Passive income is a machine you build once and it just runs. Autonomous income is a machine that rebuilds and upgrades itself while it runs, 24/7. This system is a self-improving loop. It's beautiful. First, you have acquisition. An AI is generating content and constantly optimizing ads to bring people in. Second, automation.
Intelligent chatbots engage those people, guide them through a sales process, and handle the transaction. And then third, analysis. The whole system monitors its own data and performance and then adjusts its own strategy to get even better results over time. It learns.
And this is the ultimate destination. We are finally breaking that direct link between your time and the money you earn. The point isn't to just find a new fancy job for yourself. It's to build assets and systems that generate income for you, whether you're working or not. That is what creates real freedom and lets you focus on the big picture.
Okay, I know, this all sounds great, maybe even a little overwhelming. But how do you actually start? Forget about some massive to-do list. Let's just break it down into the very first, simple, actionable steps you can take, like today.
Just one thing. That's your only job right now. Don't try to solve everything for everyone. Just think about a niche you know something about. It could be anything, from local coffee shops to online yoga instructors. What is one specific, nagging problem they all complain about? A problem they would happily pay someone to make go away.
Got the problem? Great. Now go ask your AI for help. Literally prompt it to brainstorm 10 different services or digital products that could solve that one problem. Something like, brainstorm 10 ways an AI can help local coffee shops get more repeat customers. The AI will do the heavy lifting of coming up with the ideas.
Now, just pick the best, simplest idea from that list. Then, create a super straightforward one-page document that clearly explains your offer. Here's the problem, here's how my solution fixes it, and here's what it costs. That's it. You literally now have a business ready to launch. And this is the perfect way to wrap your head around this entire shift. Your new role is to be the architect, not the builder. See, architects don't lay the bricks themselves. They design the blueprint and oversee the construction. Your job is to provide the vision and the strategy, and then let AI and automation handle the building. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Don't just think about AI as this big, abstract concept. What is the very first tangible problem that you can direct it to solve, starting today? Because that's single action. That's where this entire journey really begins.